quotation. So what is there in the quotation? Okay. The next step is also known as proposal or quotation, right? So usually the quotation will contain overview of company that gives the bid, right? Then past history and experience, right? So there's a past experience that you might have done a similar project, so you may have to take all those into account, showcase that in the proposal, right? It's like a resume builder, right? When you are preparing your resume, you need to show your past employment history and what you have done. Then of course, what technology to be used for this project. Software is one thing, it's very unique. If you take other industries like real estate, raw materials are cement, gravel, sand, water, steel rods, construction equipments. You cannot say I am building this bridge with gold or platinum. Raw materials are fixed, not in software. In software, same unique ID project or railways reservation system can be done in Java or .NET or PHP or mainframe. You can change any technology. Same product can be given in different forms, different versions. That's very unique about software. So raw material is not fixed. So you need to say I'm going to use this kind of a raw material technology. Then timeline. You need to say, okay, by December 15th this will be completed, by January 15th this will be completed. So you need to give milestones, and of course cost. In fact, many companies now, customers require what kind of human resources you will deploy for this project. You cannot say I have got 10,000 freshers in my company, I will have all these freshers put into this project. So you need to say I have got X number of project managers, development leads, testing leads, because ultimately the human resource does matter when you build the project. Then the timeline and the cost. So you give, your sales department will give this quotation or the proposal to the customer. Customer may get many such proposals, right? Then customer will evaluate. Customer will call for meetings. Then they may determine based on cost, they may determine based on timeline or company credibility, right? Then they will negotiate. Of course, you say this project is worth $2 million. Now customer will not give 2 million. Whatever you ask, customer will always ask for less. More work for less money, right? This is always the motto. Customers will look for more work. Customers will always look for less money to spend on the project. So they will negotiate on the timeline, negotiate on the people, negotiate on the cost. Finally, they may give something called LOI, letter of intent, right? Again, there is one person called what is negotiation, right? Negotiation, if you say in simple term, bargain, right? You go to the market, vegetable market, the vendor says this vegetable 1 kilogram or 1 pound is this much, and you negotiate with him on the price, right? So the bargain that you do in the market or in the street is almost the same as what people negotiate in software projects also, but the numbers are running into millions, right? Once that bargain is over, once you agree, customer agrees, customer may send something called letter of wrongly spent. It's a letter of intent, not indent. Intent meaning, yeah, I want to give this project to you. intention. It shows the intention. But before that, there is something called due diligence. Okay, due diligence, right? Due diligence, you can put, some people put I, some people put E, right? This is nothing but background check and a reality check. Customer will definitely set some third party, usually auditors, to check the bidding company's financial records, past records, execution capabilities, whether what you stated in the proposal is real. They may come to your place, check your records. They may talk to the tax department, check the records. They may cross-reference with your other customers. That's called a due diligence. So they will come and do the due diligence. Once this is all done, there is something called a contract, right? This contract will always have the final negotiated cost and time, right? This is the most important thing. Along with that, there are standard terms in the contract, right? How long this contract is valid, and who is the point of contact in case of dispute, in which court we will fight it out, any force majeure issues, and again what are the intellectual properties, because most of the time the IP, intellectual property, and copyright informations of the software, they will be inked in the contract, and vendor and customer both sign the contract. This whole phase is called Inception Phase. In this, mainly your sales department, your C*Os, right? CEO, CTO, CIO, they all meet, and then the customer. These three are the key people who spend their time to bring the project. In fact, inception phase is like pregnancy period, right? The child is not born, the baby is not born, but it is there inside the belly, but it is growing, right? So it is nurtured. This is a vital period. The sales team and the customer, they should work in relationship to make it happen. If there is a problem, even a small spelling mistake in the proposal can lead the customer to give the project to your competitor. A small mistake can be viewed as a big mistake. You may lose the contract. Getting the contract is the key. Okay? So, how to get the contract is the trick of the sales team. How to negotiate for less money for more work is the customer's trick. So these three people, salespeople, C*Os, and customers are involved in this. The inputs are like tenders, the outputs are like request for proposal, then letter of intent, contract, right? These are all happening in the inception phase. Is this clear? And for one person is asking me why this is so important. Okay, hey, what is your age? Okay, this person says 29. 29 from when? You are telling your date of birth, right? Age we calculate from date of birth. Date of birth means the day the baby is born. The baby is seeing the outside world, but the baby is actually created maybe 10 months before the date of birth, right? It is there in the womb. It is inside the uterus. So the actual age of the baby is the date of birth plus maybe 280 days or 290 days of pregnancy. We conveniently forget that time, but that is the critical time. The mother has to be very cautious to make that baby happen, right? In good shape, in all good spirits. We conveniently forget that mother's time, valuable time, precious time on the baby. Same way, many people forget this inception phase. If inception doesn't happen, company doesn't get the project. If you don't get the project, whether you have got 1,000 employees or 2,000 employees, it doesn't matter. So get the project. That is the key. So all the C-star or senior management, salespeople, they are all working towards meeting customers, getting the project. So this is one of the vital phases for software. Good. So we just covered one phase of software in this session. We will continue other phases in subsequent sessions.